Between 1680 and 1707, the Mughal and Maratha Wars unfolded as two titans, the Marathas and the Mughal Empire, clashed for supremacy. This wasn't just a war, it was a battle of cultures, strategies, and legacies. Shivaji's story is one of audacity and tactical brilliance. At just 19 years old, he inherited his family's wealth and land, positioning himself as a chieftain in the Western Ghats near Pune. His father, Shahaji, had served under the Bijapur kingdom, but Shivaji sought to claim those territories as Maratha land. Shivaji's ambition led him to attack the Bijapur region, which was ruled by the Adil Shahi dynasty. He began his conquest by capturing the Torangar fort, and then expanded his influence by constructing a series of forts across the Deccan region. His audacious raids on European trading posts further showcased his determination. However, these actions caught the attention of Emperor Aurangzeb, who was intent on consolidating Mughal power over the Deccan. He dispatched a Mughal army led by Raja Jai Singh to assist Adil Shah against Shivaji. In this conflict, Shivaji faced a setback and eventually surrendered his forts, even sending his son Sambhaji as a hostage to demonstrate his loyalty. Yet Shivaji's resourcefulness didn't wane. Sambhaji managed to escape with Shivaji's help and resumed attacks against the Mughals. By the time of Shivaji's passing, the Marathas had gained significant control over the Deccan, forming alliances with other local kingdoms. Shivaji's death marked a turning point, prompting Aurangzeb's personal involvement in regaining Mughal influence. This led to the Deccan Wars, which unfolded in three phases: Marathas under Sambhaji, 1681-1689; Marathas under Rajaram, 1689-1699; victory of Marathas under Tarabai, 1699-1707. During the early months of 1681, a remarkable sequence of events unfolded as Mughal contingents embarked on a daring mission to besiege Maratha forts in present-day Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Madhya Pradesh. Amidst this backdrop, Sambhaji, the defiant protector of the emperor's rebel son Sultan Muhammad Akbar, took refuge, sparking the era of Aurangzeb. In a dramatic turn, Aurangzeb, having resolved conflicts and established himself in the Deccan, forged ahead with his audacious plan to dismantle the fledgling Maratha Empire. Setting his sights on Aurangabad, the Deccan hub, Aurangzeb declared it his capital and amassed a formidable Mughal force, numbering around 500,000. The stage was set for a colossal confrontation that would rewrite history. By the close of 1681, the Mughals had laid siege to Fort Ramsaj. However, the Marathas displayed unwavering resilience, withstanding the Mughal onslaught. In a remarkable twist, it took the Mughals an astonishing 7 years to finally conquer the fort. As the tides of conflict surged, Sambhaji launched an attack on Janjira, though his initial attempt faltered. Simultaneously, Aurangzeb's general Husayn Ali Khan initiated an assault on northern Konkan. The tide turned when Sambhaji confronted Khan, successfully pushing him back to Ahmednagar. A tantalizing twist emerged as Aurangzeb sought to engage Portuguese support, aiming to establish a maritime supply route. Yet Sambhaji thwarted his plans, launching a counterattack on the Portuguese and preserving the region's autonomy. The narrative intensified as a colossal Mughal army amassed on Deccan's borders, foreshadowing an imminent and sustained clash. By late 1683, Aurangzeb positioned himself in Ahmednagar, orchestrating a two-pronged pincer strategy. His sons, Shah Alam and Azam Shah, commanded each division, aimed at encircling the Marathas from north and south. The initial stages of the maneuver displayed promise, but Maratha forces relentlessly harassed Shah Alam's division, diminishing their strength and forcing their retreat. In 1684, the dynamic shifted, and Aurangzeb's forces targeted Raigad, the Maratha capital. Despite a spirited defense, the Marathas prevailed. The pendulum swung further in their favor when they dealt a heavy blow to the Mughal army in Pachad. As 1685 dawned, Shah Alam renewed his southern push, yet Maratha resistance once again proved insurmountable. Undeterred, Aurangzeb embarked on a new strategy, consolidating his influence by subduing Golconda and Bijapur, both Maratha allies. This turning point prompted Marathas to mount an offensive on the northern coast, launching an audacious attack on Bharuch. Evading Mughal retaliation, they returned with minimal casualties. Attempts to woo Mysore through diplomacy faltered with the fall of Bijapur, though Sambhaji's efforts rallied Maratha allies. Yet the tides turned tragically as Sambhaji was betrayed, captured, and ultimately killed by the Mughals. With Bijapur and Golconda subdued, Aurangzeb refocused his efforts on the Marathas. Despite initial setbacks, Sambhaji convened a strategic meeting to rally his commanders. Tragically, treachery struck, leading to Sambhaji's capture. In a valiant yet doomed struggle, Sambhaji and his loyal followers fought against overwhelming odds. His refusal to bow to Aurangzeb's demands sealed his fate, culminating in his beheading and the dismemberment of his body. This dramatic tale of courage, betrayal, and valor shed its mark on history, forever resonating as a testament to the enduring spirit of the Marathas. At the outset, Aurangzeb underestimated the Marathas after Sambhaji's death. However, this proved to be a critical mistake. The Marathas, under the leadership of Sambhaji's younger brother Rajaram, were far from defeated. They capitalized on the momentum gained from their daring attack on Aurangzeb's army and the capture of his tent, boosting their morale and emboldening their resolve. Even though Raigad fell due to treachery, the Marathas were not disheartened. They adapted by shifting their capital to Jinji, a move that breathed new life into their forces. This shift provided them with renewed vigor and energy, effectively reinvigorating their military strength. Key Maratha commanders, namely Santaji Ghorpade and Danaji Jadhav, displayed exceptional leadership and tactical prowess. Their ability to launch successful offensives against the Mughals, employing brilliant cavalry movements, made them a force to be reckoned with. Their actions struck fear into the hearts of the Mughals and undermined their confidence. The Marathas also exploited their naval strength inherited from Shivaji, effectively dividing the Mughal supply chains. This strategic move allowed them to extend their influence into the sea, putting pressure on Mughal supply routes. Despite their successes, the Marathas faced internal challenges. Rivalries between key figures like Santaji and Dahanaji, and the subsequent demise of Santaji, provided a momentary advantage to Aurangzeb. This temporary setback, however, did not deter the Marathas from their larger goal. As Aurangzeb intensified his efforts, the Marathas consolidated their forces and launched a counter-offensive. Their divisions, led by commanders like Danaji Jadhav, Parshuram Timbak, and Shankar Narayan, managed to defeat Mughal forces in various battles across different regions. Their determination to defend their forts and territories showcased their unwavering commitment to their cause. Aurangzeb's attempt to seize forts and territories was met with resistance. A seasoned Maratha commander, Prayagji Prabhu, demonstrated remarkable resolve in the defense of Satara. His strategic defense not only thwarted Aurangzeb's plans, but also highlighted the Marathas' ability to hold their ground. Throughout this struggle, the Marathas proved to be adaptable, resourceful, and strategic in their approach. Despite facing a formidable adversary, they maintained their resilience and never surrendered. This resilience, combined with their ability to learn from setbacks and capitalize on opportunities, eventually played a crucial role in their ability to counter the might of the Mughals. During the period mentioned, the Marathas were engaged in a determined effort to push back against the Mughal forces. Under the leadership of Rajaram, they embarked on a new offensive to regain their lost territories. To achieve this, they organized their army into 3 divisions, each led by capable commanders, Danaji Parshuram Timbak and Shankar Narayan. Danaji Jadhav's victory near Pandharpur and Shankar Narayan's success against Sarja Khan in Pune showcased the Marathas' ability to effectively counter the Mughal forces. Khandarao Dabhade, who was part of Danaji's division, played a vital role in capturing Baglan and Nashik. Nemaji Shinde, another commander under Shankar Narayan, achieved a significant victory at Nandurbar. The Mughals, enraged by these defeats, had Aurangzeb himself take charge. He launched a counter-offensive and laid siege to the Panhala fort, as well as attacked Satara. Despite a valiant defense by Prayagji Prabhu, Satara eventually surrendered, thwarting Aurangzeb's strategy to capture forts before the monsoon. With the passing of Rajaram, his wife Tarabai stepped up to lead the Maratha army. Her leadership marked the beginning of the third and final phase of the conflict. Tarabai, the daughter of the esteemed Maratha commander-in-chief Prataprao Gujar, displayed remarkable courage and tenacity, continuing the struggle with unwavering resolve. As the Mughal campaign progressed, signs of strain became evident in their camp. Aurangzeb's advisors recommended ending the war due to its toll on the empire, but he persisted. By 1704, Aurangzeb had managed to capture some forts, but realized he was no closer to victory than when he began. In a turning point, the Marathas launched a counter-offensive in the north, led by Tarabai. Their victories in Mughal provinces exposed the weakened state of the Mughal forces, who were facing financial strain and dwindling armies. Maratha factions led by leaders like Nemaji Shinde and Khandarao Dabahade made significant gains, penetrating central India and Gujarat. Meanwhile, in Maharashtra, Aurangzeb's despondency led to negotiations with the Marathas. However, he abruptly marched on Wakinara, a kingdom supported by the Naiks, who had historical ties to the Vijayanagar Empire. Danaji and his forces played a key role in reclaiming lost forts and supporting the Naiks' fight. Ultimately, Wakinara fell, though the royal family managed to escape. This period in history reflects the complex interplay of leadership, strategy, and determination on both sides. The Marathas' ability to regroup, adapt, and mount successful counterattacks played a significant role in shaping the outcome of this prolonged conflict against the Mughal Empire under the leadership of Aurangzeb. In his final days, Aurangzeb witnessed bitter conflicts among his sons, leaving him feeling alone, lost, and depressed. Financially bankrupt and far from his home, he passed away on March 3, 1707. This marked the end of a prolonged and challenging era in India's history. Subsequently, the Mughal kingdom fragmented and fell apart, paving the way for the rise of the Maratha Empire as the dominant power in India. After the battles, the Marathas emerged victorious over the Mughals and began expanding northward. Crossing the Narmada River, which traditionally separated the northern plains and the peninsula, was a significant milestone for them. With the Mughals weakened, there was no formidable force to oppose the Marathas. Following Aurangzeb's demise, the Maratha army even reached Delhi, and within a decade, they pushed the Mughal rulers into confinement there. The pressure from the Marathas led to the release of Shahu, Shivaji's grandson, from Mughal captivity. The Mughals suffered heavy losses in the war, causing their empire to fragment into smaller kingdoms. Notably, the Nizam of Hyderabad, Nawab of Oudh and Nawab of Bengal swiftly declared their independence from the Mughal Empire. The Mughals were now limited to Delhi and its surrounding areas. Meanwhile, the Maratha cavalry continued their northward expansion under various Maratha generals such as Nemaji Shinde, Hiptarao Nimbalkar, Parsoji Bhosle, Dhanaji Jadhav, and Baji Rao I. By May 1758, the Marathas had extended their territory as far as Peshawar, which is now located in Pakistan.